Hi, today we're going to be taking a look at Masterpiece 39 Plus Spinout. Now, if you go back to my channel, I've already talked about the Sunstreaker mold for this already, so I'm not going to really talk much about this mold because you've already seen it. I'm going to talk about what's different about this figure and why I really dig it. If you want to see my full review on Sunstreaker, please go back and find it in the video list somewhere on here. It should be on this playlist. First, let's just go take a look here. He did come with 2 boxes, which is the first time I've had that happen, I think. I'm digging it. I love the all black, of course, and the fact that you can't really see anything. Then you do have the main box, which shows his product and his different features. Now, as you can see here, he comes with the same guns that Sunstreaker had, just in a different color, but he does get the wonderful missile, and I love this missile. And the good news is it works on Sunstreaker as well, so I can actually have a Generation 1 looking Sunstreaker now with the missile hand. So let's just talk about the changes real fast, the additions, the modifications, and I'll bring Masterpiece Sunstreaker in so we can take a look and see them both here. Go ahead, keep your chin up, pal. You're still one of my favorites. Alright, first thing we're going to talk about right immediately off the bat that you can see, the head sculpt is different. It is the Generation 1 toy head sculpt. You have the pronounced bat wings, you've got the indent for the head. On the helmet, there's that indent, versus where the Masterpiece has the mohawk. Just right there, let's go ahead and bring it in so you can see their faces here. Let me adjust. And you can just see how different it is. Of course, Sunstreaker was going for a cartoon look, but this is a very nice take at the Generation 1 toy face. It is a little long in my opinion, but I really do dig it. Let's go ahead here. The other big difference for the figure is the legs. The legs have much more detail, and again, looks much more like the Generation 1 toy. As you'll see here in a moment, I should have had him prepared and down here. But here he is. And as you can see, it's got the same head sculpt. It's got the same cool leg indents. And I really do dig that level of detailing for the figure. Let's go ahead and get him out of here and readjust the screen. Now, of course, Spinout is one of the more obscure characters. He was originally the Diaclone figure. And then he only ever really had a storyline in, I think it's some sort of collector's club thing, and then the Masterpiece toys. Here he is, of course, with the Generation Selects one that, again, you can watch my full review for. Again, just to take a look. He's got the red and black. Now, I do love this red a lot more. It's a lot more vibrant, a lot more lively, and I really do love it. And again, this missile is probably one of my favorite things. I am nervous to retransform him. I've only done it a couple times, and again, I'll pause it because I don't like showing it. But I'm really worried because if you remember with my Sunstreaker, I immediately broke this mirror off. So I'm going to try to be careful and do that for you. Vehicle mode, there's only a few changes. I'm just going to go over the one thing that really has changed, and you can kind of see part of it here, and it's just the coloration. But I do dig this figure. I do like it a lot. I think he looks beautiful. I'm sorry, I call girls she's. It's a side effect of my times. Alright, I will be back in a few moments to show you off vehicle. Alright, we're back. I wanted to show you the differences in vehicle mode. Good news is I did not break a mirror off. This one actually popped out and I was able to put it back in. I do want to talk one thing real quick. The pieces on this, they're really tight. Like, really, really tight. You almost have to force things at points. As you can see here, I'm not getting things to line up correctly at the moment, but everything is really tight. Like, every single ratchet and joint. I don't know if it's just mine, but holy shit. It does take a lot of work to get things lined up, only because everything is really, really packed in there. But I do want to talk about what is different in this mode. And right off the bat, as you can see here, there's not much. It's just color. But they do add in the black. And the black gives it that much more oomph. That much more of a beautiful feel. And it's more prevalent in the regular Ferrari mode than it is the souped up mode. But I wanted to at least show you just how these two look together. And, of course, how he compares with the current Earthrise figure. But you can just see just how much that black just really pushes things out. And just how much, again, this red is just so much more beautiful than the flat red that they did for this figure. Not that I'm knocking the figure, but just really stands out and really has that nice Ferrari touch. You can see the beautiful black here and how everything's well done. His penis gun back here is the same matching red. And again, you can store the weapons in vehicle mode as well, but I don't have them in there. You can't store the missile though. But yeah, so just to show you just how beautiful and how much it looks out. Also, we get a license plate. Regular Sunstreaker does not. There is a feature, there is something in the box here that I do want to talk about. He comes with stickers. I'm not going to be doing the stickers. I don't think this figure needs the stickers, but he does come with them. And I do think it's a really cool thing. I don't speak Japanese, so I'm not really sure who the sticker set exactly is for altogether. I'm trying to get it separated here. The tape's stuck. Don't rip my shit. But he does come with two different sticker sets. One is Contact, or I don't really know how to pronounce it. The other one is Transformers. And from what I can gather, and I could be wrong, this set is for him. This set is for Sunstreaker. I could be wrong with that. I'm not going to bother putting on the stickers because these are Masterpiece toys. Now, I did for Generation 2B and Sideswipe only to give him the Generation 2 Autobot crest. But just again, taking a quick look, just wanted to show you that. He also comes with instructions in the card, as if you collect Masterpieces, you know that's what they come with. And thankfully there are instructions, but I can't really follow the instructions that well myself, so I just end up going and seeing how other people transform them online. Which is, again, another reason I don't bother doing transformations. You can watch people who are much better, much more hand-eye coordinated than myself in doing so. But again, this is what he looks like in the souped-up mode, and you can just see how much the colors pop. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to hit pause, I'm going to show you the regular Lamborghini modes, just again to show you just how beautiful everything looks. Alright, so now we have them in their regular Lamborghini mode, and again, just showing up just how much the colors pop. If you just look, just those extra added black features do a lot. It hides this piece a lot better, of course, and it just, again, makes things just scream that it just looks better. Now, I am, of course, a fan, and I love Sunstreaker. I love his look. I love how beautiful this figure is, even if I don't have all the pieces matched up perfectly right now. But just those extra added little features to this one just make it that much more stunning. And I do think that's one of the cool things that Takara does, is they do go back to the drawing board sometimes, especially with these more obscure characters like Road Rage and Exhaust and the other repaints, the original Diaclone colors that we're getting. And just seeing just how much more beautiful they can make these toys than just doing this the cartoon accuracy. And I want to have Masterpiece get back to that. To get back to the basis of having the figures go back to their roots and be beautiful, not just focus on the cartoon colors. And I really hope that one day they get there and they do that, because these are some beautiful figures, and just with that extra added oomph, you do get that much more better of a toy. And it's not just the Masterpiece line that's doing that. A lot of their figures, and of course here he is here in Earthrise, a lot of the figures are just rather bland looking these days. I mean, they are Masterpiece-esque even in the regular toy line, but just added stickers just give it that much more oomph. For example, here's Earthrise Sunstreaker with the Toy Hacks added stickers onto him, and again, it just gives him that much more standing out. It gives him that much more of a beautiful feel to him. Now, of course, I didn't do this part here or these parts, but just the added little effects just break up the color more and give it much more of a lively look. And I think that that's what they succeed with Takara, is when they're doing these more obscure characters, they're not sticking to just a Generation 1 look. And the Generation 1 look, you gotta remember, was a cartoon in the 80s. They only had so much time to get these cartoons out, so they had to make everything look flat and bland. And what they're doing with the whole Masterpiece line is they're so focused on the cartoon aesthetic that they're losing something. My favorite masterpieces right now that I have, and I don't have many, but I love my G2 Sideswipe only because he's got all this extra color and detail. The G2 Bumblebee I have, again, it's not focused on the cartoon. Granted, it's the original Bumblebee Masterpiece mold and not the current one. So, I mean, it just looks that much more standing out. And I do think that someone at Takara understands that when they're doing these recolors and repaints. And I do hope we get more of this in the future. I know right now they have RC has been, it's coming out soon. And then there's been the rumor that Skids of obscure characters, Hell, is coming out. So I'm interested to see who they repaint them as and just seeing what is added. And again, just simple coloration just adds just so much to a character. Makes it less bland, less meh. And this is coming from a G1er, man. I understand. Hey, I'm glad we're getting cartoon toys that look like the cartoon characters, but it's not the end-all, be-all for me. I prefer having the characters look organic. And if they're going to be these guys who are going into skies, they're going to want to try to blend in with the Earth mode vehicles, as it were. But yeah, tell me what you guys think. Tell me what you think of the Masterpiece line versus the Earthrise line versus Takara doing the basic characters versus the Diaclone homage characters, or just tell me your thoughts and opinions on this stuff. That's the whole reason for this channel, is to try to, gauge in conversation. I don't want it to be just a regular viewer going, haha, look, I bought this toy. I want it to be, let's talk about what is good, what is bad, what could be better, and go from there. Excuse me. So I've been transforming the Generation 1 Sunstreaker just so I could get him in the shot, just again, give you just how much more detailed these things are. He's got, granted I need to get the sticker replacements, but just adding that black does make it stand out much more than just a standard Earthrise figure. And I understand, there is money restraints these days. There is restraints on a lot of things because oil is getting more expensive and rarer, and then, the coronavirus and other things. But at the same time, I don't want people just be complacent and go, this is the greatest thing ever, when there is room for improvement. And I do think Hasbro and Takara are understanding that. I mean, just for example, the Earthrise figures here for Sunstreaker and Spinout and Cordon and etc., they have the pieces where you can, they basically said, hey, we're going to avoid the trademark issue. You guys can build your own spoiler. And people have. As you've seen in my videos here, I have upgrade kits for my Earthrise Sunstreaker. And now I have the sticker set to make him that much better. And because this is such a short video here, I am going to do a little bonus part. I do have another Sunstreaker that I just recently added to my collection, and I'm very excited for this one. We have ourselves a loyal subject. And it does take the Generation 1 look. It's blocky, but it's got a lot of articulation, believe it or not. Pieces can move, and it's there, and it is a nice, beautiful little feature. I'm not going to do a full video, so I threw him in as a bonus. Again, thank you very much for watching. Hit like, subscribe, comment down below. Tell me what you like, what you didn't like, what you want to see, and tell me where you want to see things go with these lines. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day.